we are back, and today is another Meet the Dog, and today you are meeting Rhiver Sky. She is the first official Timber Grove mini Aussie. She is the first Aussie we've kept from one of our own litters. So she is pretty doggone special, isn't she? Mm-hmm. Very special. And she is a miniature Australian Shepherd, obviously, just like her parents, Ryder and Lila. She is a gorgeous red merle with blue eyes, just like her mama, which we talked about in our last video. She is 7 months old currently. She'll be 8 months the end of November. And she weighs about 19 pounds. So
she grew fast.
She did.
She grew fast and gained weight fast.
I feel like she grew faster than any of our others. And she probably actually didn't. I just think we have so many dogs.
They've been so busy.
We've been so busy. Everything has been so insane that this time with her has just went by like that compared to the others. Like when we got Ryder, he was our fourth dog. And so we were like, man, he's never gonna grow up. I want him to get full size.
I felt like it took forever for him to grow.
It did, and her, it was like a blink of an eye. But we love you. We love you so much. And as we mentioned, her parents are, I was getting stuff out of your eyes. As we mentioned, her parents are Ryder and Lila from the previous 2 videos. In fact, she has a mixture of personalities. So one thing is, does she like fetch like her daddy?
Yeah, she does. She will play it, but she gets confused when she gets whatever you fetched. Whatever you've thrown, she understands the concept of like, hey, I need to go get that. But she doesn't know what to do once she has it, which...
It's 50-50 on that.
It's kind of odd because it's like, you just saw it leave my hand. Maybe you ought to bring it back to the hand that threw it, but... She's
working on it.
She is a dog that's 7 months old, so I can't be like, man, you're supposed to know that, because she isn't going to know that.
She's definitely working on it, though. She's our sweet little Rhiver.
But I don't know if y'all can see, her eyes look just like Lila's. They're almost exactly the same.
Only hers are a little more blue, and Lila's look white almost. So thank you. Thank you. And she does have a cute little nickname. We actually never call her Rhiver unless we're trying to get her to come in from outside. She is always called...
Riv?
Yep, Riv.
Riv or River Rock. I like calling her River Rock.
I call her Riv all the time. He ends up calling her Riv most of the time, but he does like to call her River Rock. He actually, on her registration papers, wanted to name her
I don't understand how the names work on the registration papers. I just thought people were like doing cool names. And I thought River Rock, well, that makes sense though. River Rock also kind of made sense.
Yes, but she is Timber Grove's Rhiver in the Sky. Yes, you are.
Who would you say, out of all the dogs we have, there's something on her neck that's dry. Hopefully it's just like food.
I found it. It is, it's food.
Who would you say out of all the dogs is her favorite?
Who's your favorite? Well, I would be split 50-50 on that because she loves Lila, but she doesn't get to be around her too much anymore, which we covered in the last video. Out of all of them, she plays the most with Riley.
She does like to bother Raya, though.
Yes.
If you let them all down the stairs at the same time, all the Aussies, she will mess with Raya, and Raya will just stand still until she loses, interest and runs off, and then Raya will move.
Yes, and you're like yelling at Raya, come on. She's like, I'm not moving.
And she loves bugging Raya.
You do. You bug her. But Raya's a good big sister.
But yeah, her and Riley, it's crazy. They're like...
twins.
They're like perfect to play with one another.
They have the same energy, but also like I can bring her in the bedroom at night with Riley and they'll play around on the bed for a few minutes until I like get onto them a couple times. And she'll lay down just like she's Riley's age and just lay there and watch TV. She got you. She's in the kissy mood. I love it. I love it.
What do you think her favorite things to do are and her least favorite things to do? Because it's kind of weird because like for her to be so young, she willingly will go in her crate like
she
if
loves
it's time to
being
eat
in her
or
crate.
like
if she gets nervous.
If she gets nervous, if it's time to eat, or if Or if you're trying to get her to do something that she doesn't want to do, she will go in that crate, which like...
It's her safe place, which is what you want it to be. We don't use our crates as punishment. Like, that is supposed to be their safe place.
Yeah, it's like their little house. Inside of the house.
So, her favorite thing to do is Riley will be down here and chewing on a toy, and Riley does not share her toys. She's not aggressive towards the others about them, but she'll like let out a little growl and they just all walk away and let Riley have whatever she wants, except for River. River shows no fear and she'll go right over there and take a bone out of Riley's mouth. That is one of her favorite things to do, is pester Riley with toys.
Yeah, Riley is not a fan of sharing the toys.
Riley's not a fan of sharing whatsoever. Riley thinks she's an only dog sometimes, but she's the sweetest baby. But
Yep.
River loves to take the toys, and it's kind of a game with her and Riley about, you know, taking them back and forth. Hi, Goldie. Kitty, kitty.
Right now. All right, so we'll follow this since she's already here. Does this dog, like the other dogs, get along well with the cats? If we let her loose right now, you probably wouldn't see her in the rest of the video, but...
Come here, Goldie. She loves the cats. Kitty, 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 kitty.
The cats...
Goldie loves
The cats
the dogs.
really aren't scared of any of the dogs, other than like when Lila leads the charge. But, I mean, they all pretty much play together.
As you can see, her favorite thing to do with Goldie is to give her kisses. She loves to give her kisses. Are you going to give her kisses? You going to give her kisses? Oh, you just going to lay down. You would not realize that this baby's only 7 months old. But no, she does great with the cats. No issues whatsoever. Goldie grooms her and she licks Goldie.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. They love one another.
But she's been around the cat since the day she was born. Literally, 2 days after she was born, the cat jumped over in the pen where Lila had him, and I had to scoot her out.
Have we mentioned on any of the other Aussie videos how long they live? Like their lifespan?
No, we have not. So with miniature Australian Shepherds, I'm not sure about standards because Raya is a small standard. I think they're maybe a couple years less, I believe. I haven't looked at that in a while, but for the miniatures and toys, their average lifespan is 12 to 15 years, which is actually a longer lifespan of dogs because, as we covered with Winter, you know, you're lucky if a super large breed of dog makes it to 10 or 11 years old. She's just in a kissy mood. So we will have this Munchkin's name a year old, so we've got many
That's
more
her mom
joyous
calling
years.
for her right now.
Yes. Okay, and we're back.
What would you say your favorite things about River are?
Oh, I love that she loves to give kisses and cuddles. Her personality on top of her coat pattern, the red merle, are my favorite things about her. She's just so sweet I could eat her up.
I do agree with the coat pattern. I think when she gets about Lila's age, she's already a pretty dog, but I think she's going to be like...
Gorgeous.
She's going to be really pretty once she grows into all of that.
Now, one thing I will say about red merles, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but every time you take a photo of them, they look scared. Like her and almost every red merle I've ever seen.
They have like a look of like...
Shame.
Yeah, and like...
Surprise.
Like surprise on them.
In every photo.
She especially...
And I think it's the blue eyes mixed with like the
I think
red
it's just all the light
merle.
coloration on them that makes them look like that.
So, but
Because you can see all the facial expressions easier in light colors.
Now, she also has what is a long snout. So you can have a short-snouted Aussie, an average to long snout, and Corey used to call Riley long face because he thought her snout was the longest. So
She's got the longest face now.
he took a tape measure at work and measured their noses. And River has won by 1/4 of an inch.
That's a long nose.
Yes, it is. But we love you.
That is a long snout. Did we do any training with her?
So, I hate to admit that I've really fallen short on training with River. Typically, I start when they are between 9 and 12 weeks. Riley, Ryder, Raya, all of them know sit, down, stay, place. Like Riley, I can put her in place downstairs and go upstairs and change the laundry over, and I'll come back and she's still in the exact same place. I have not done any of that with River. We've just had so much going on that I haven't had time. I do plan on doing it, and I know it's going to take some extra work. My biggest reason I haven't done it aside from time is River does not like treats whatsoever. So I'm having a hard time figuring out what training method I'm going to use as a motivator for her. My friend and I, Michaela from Wildcat Creek Mini Aussies, were talking about it actually the other night, and she was like, well, maybe if you try a clicker and reward with attention or something like that, that maybe, that would work for her since she is an attention-driven dog. That works for Riley, but she's also a treat-driven dog. So I will definitely update more once I get her started on training, which I really need to get started.
Do you have any funny stories with River? I was trying to think of that too once I saw it. Funny story with River.
River. I love you, River, but I don't think we have any funny stories yet. Oh, yes, I do. We were going somewhere one day. This is actually kind of probably a little bit funnier about me.
Is that when we were in the... I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, then tell me what you think you're talking about.
Is that when she had an accident on you in the car? Oh, that was not funny, though.
We hadn't even gotten out of the subdivision. And she peed all over me. Not a little bit. Went through my pants, and I'm like, yeah, her pee is in places that I don't want her pee to be.
Yay, River.
River created a river in my lap.
And in the car.
Yes, your truck has had a lot of...
No, that was in your car.
No, the one time I'm talking about was when we were headed over to your parents' house.
No, that was in your car.
We were going to fish.
Yeah, it was in your car.
Oh.
I remember. That was in your car.
I thought it was...
That was in your car. I was driving.
Well, dang.
Yep, I remember
I didn't
that.
remember that part correctly. But yeah, that's my funny River memory.
That's the only one I can think of. I mean, other
we
than
haven't had that long with her to have a bunch of funny
She has
memories.
peed in the bed, I think.
No.
No?
No, she hasn't peed in the bed.
It's hard to tell when you get so many dogs. I can't remember which ones do it and which ones don't.
So, oh, you want a really funny story? We'll wait till we do the video on Raya. That, we will tell a story about the day we got her, and it is one that you will not want to miss.
I think we saved that dog from where we got her from.
I think we did too. Is there anything else you want to cover about River?
It's hard to cover a lot on her because we haven't had her for a year.
Yeah, there's still so much.
I mean, her diet, which is something we could have reviewed. Her diet is the same as the other Aussies.
Yes.
They all eat the same food. I couldn't tell you the name of the food. I know the picture on the bag.
So it's Purina Pro Plan. It's the chicken and rice formula for puppies. And that is what we have all of our dogs that are under 2 on. They each get half a scoop twice a day. Lila right now is on diet dog food, not because she is overweight, but because she's getting on the verge of it, and I don't want her to get overweight.
And it does work. It does work. We had it on one of the freaking Yorkies, and it worked.
And I'll share that story when we talk about him. But the diet dog food we use is Hill's Science Diet Perfect Weight. It's got I believe it's a red dachshund on the front of it. And I swear by it, that stuff really, really does work. There was nothing else I could do to get Dallas to lose weight. But we'll tell about how much he lost in his video. But yeah, all of the Aussies are half a scoop twice a day, whether they weigh 18 pounds or 35 pounds. Raya is bigger, but I don't want her to get overweight. River loves food, but she has a lot of energy, so she definitely works up an appetite.
She does eat food. She's the first one to finish all of her food every morning.
Yes, and then Raya follows that up. Is there anything else about River?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I think, did she get the low shedding gene?
Yes. So
Rhiver?
we mentioned that back in Lila's video. Ryder is, he has the reduced shedding gene. And so we had a chance of River getting that. There's a 50-50 chance because Lila is a shedder and Ryder is not. I have all of our dogs, as I covered in Ryder's video, DNA tested, especially if we plan on having them enter our breeding program down the road, and just to make sure that there's nothing there. Obviously, we knew Lila and Ryder's genetics were clear, but I got River's genetic screening and testing back, and she does have the reduced shedding gene. She is a very light shedder, just like her dad. And like I mentioned, we do plan on putting her in our breeding program. And some of you may be wondering, because we do only have one male Australian Shepherd for our breeding program. Our other male, Dallas, is neutered. So obviously, River being his daughter, they will not be bred together. Since my friend owns a breeding business as well, we will actually be taking her down to Alabama and breeding her with one of their dogs. Once she's old enough, of course. She's got about a year and a half to go, because I don't like to breed ours and them have puppies before they are 18 months to 2 years old at the time that they would have the puppies.
You're breeding them with salmon. No, wait, trout. Trout. It's a fish name.
You better be apologizing to Michaela if she watches this. You didn't remember. And no, we cannot breed her with trout.
Why?
Because trout is a red merle.
Oh, yeah, don't do that. Who else would we have? Bolt?
No, not Bolt. I can't remember if it was Rocket that she said we would breed River with. It's a red tri. So that gives us a high chance of getting everything again. But I believe it was Rocket. I'll have to ask her again. We wouldn't do Bolt because Bolt's her grandfather.
Dude, she knows all of it. I'm just here.
So, and a shout out to Bolt, who had his birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, Bolt.
Bolt boy, we love you. But anyways, we are going to wrap up this video because we still have a lot to do tonight. River, you go wave bye to your fans. Yeah, she said no. I'm just going to kiss everybody instead. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to keep up with our everyday life, with everything that is crazy, with all of our dogs, life itself, the chickens, the cats, make sure you head over to Instagram and check out my page there. It's at RebeccaLynn_GA. And then if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and become part of my YouTube family. We would love to have you. And we'll catch you next time.